What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Mistfall Hunter is out now. It is on Game Pass, and if you have just downloaded it, I am going to be honest with you. Your first hour is probably going to be rough. This is an extraction game, which means you drop into a map, you gather everything you can carry, and then you have to physically escape with it. And if you die out there, all of it is gone. Most new players lose their first few runs simply because nobody explained the rules. So this is the guide I wish I had on day one, the whole loop, start to finish, how to prepare, how to fight, and most importantly, how to actually get out alive. If you are still deciding which class to play, I have a full class guide linked for you, but everything here applies no matter who you pick. Let us get into it. First, the loop, because everything in this game orbits around it. Before the real thing, the game puts you through a solo expedition training run, and you genuinely want to do this because it unlocks a pile of features, and it is what qualifies you to enter Hallowgrove, the starting region. Once you are cleared, here is what an expedition actually looks like. You deploy onto a map, you scavenge for supplies, you complete challenge missions, you fight what you have to, and then you extract. And that last word is the one that matters because you only keep what you successfully carry out. Loot sitting in your bag when you die does not count for anything. Extraction is not the end of the run, it is the entire point of the run. Next, prep, because the run is often decided before you even load in. Arm yourself with the best weapons and armor you actually own, and do not skip the tactical items, the consumables that boost your combat and survival, because those are what save a run that goes sideways. And once you hit a certain level, the game opens up a choice for each region, normal or Cataclysm. Cataclysm is the high stakes version, the danger scales up hard, and it has an extra entry condition. Your equipment value has to clear a threshold before the game will even let you in. The payoff is significantly richer loot. My advice for your first several hours is simple: stay on normal, learn the map, and let Cataclysm wait until losing your gear does not actually hurt. Now, here's the single biggest beginner mistake, and I want you to avoid it from your very first run. When you deploy, you land at a random spot on the map, which means every single run starts differently. Before you move a step, open that map and build yourself an extraction plan. Look at where you are, then look at how the resource points, the objectives, and the monsters are spread around you, and plot an actual route through them. The icons are telling you everything: extraction points, resource locations, task markers, and the traversal paths that connect it all together. Players who sprint off in a random direction end up sprinting back across the whole map when the timer gets scary. 30 seconds of planning at the start is worth more than any weapon you are carrying. Once you are moving, you need to learn what to fight and what to walk away from. The map is stocked with monsters at wildly different tiers, from regular enemies up through elites and the genuinely dangerous mist lords, and taking down the big ones does pay out real rewards. But look above their heads first, because the level indicator there is the game politely telling you whether this fight is worth it. And here is the part that feels wrong to new players but is completely correct. You are allowed to just avoid fights. Skipping unnecessary combat is a legitimate strategy in this game, not cowardice. On top of the monsters, remember there are rival hunters out there hunting the same loot you are, and they will ambush you the second you look distracted. When a fight is unavoidable, there are a few systems you really need to understand. Energy is your core combat resource, and it pays for your charge attacks, your longer combos, and your skills. And some of those skills even grant super armor while they are executing, which gives you a window where you are much harder to interrupt. Now here's the one that catches everybody out. Your dodging runs on a completely separate pool called dodge energy, so you can absolutely burn through your movement while your attacks are still fully available. If you take several hits in a row, you will get staggered, and in that moment you can trigger a breakaway to escape the damage without spending any dodge energy at all. So learn that input early. And for healing, you have got healing elixirs plus victory wine, which is capped at 3 uses per expedition, though executing a rival hunter grants you 1 extra. Now the pressure system, because you are always on a clock. The Gyldenmist creeps across the map as the run goes on, and standing in it fills up a corruption meter on you. Let that meter top out, and your health simply drains away. So the mist is not scenery, it is a countdown, and the 2 starting regions handle it very differently. Hallowgrove is wide and open, and the mist politely holds off until the final moments of the run, which is exactly why it is the beginner region. Brandrgarde is much more enclosed, and there the mist expands over time, steadily squeezing the space you have left to work with. Same rules, very different pace. Okay, the big one, how you actually get out, because this is where new players genuinely get stuck. Start with Hallowgrove on normal difficulty. After a certain amount of time, a returning chime becomes active, and interacting with it summons a woodling somewhere random on the map. Track that thing down, kill it, and it transforms into a soul tree and then you ring the bell right next to that tree to summon your extraction point. That is the main route, so learn it cold. There's also a second option, Smuggler Woodlings, which appear randomly partway through a match, and interacting with one gets you out safely and immediately. The catch is that you can only bring out your equipped gear plus a limited selection of items, so it is your emergency exit, not your payday. And on Cataclysm difficulty, there is a third route: defeat rival hunters, collect their soul fragments, and deliver 2 of them to the Soul Fairy. Brandrgarde changes the rules on you, which is exactly why you should farm Hallowgrove first and build up experience before you head there. Smuggler Woodlings still work the same way, but the main method is different. Here, returner woodlings appear randomly around the map, and defeating one gives you a soul of return that goes straight into your inventory. Carry that and you can ring your bell and extract it basically anytime you choose, which is a huge amount of freedom. On top of that, soul trees already holding a soul of return spawn out in the world, and those let you summon an extraction point nearby directly. But watch out, because those soul trees wither after a while, and when one withers, any extraction point it summoned disappears with it. And on Cataclysm, your only ways out are returner or smuggler woodlings, which makes simply escaping the real test. So what happens when it goes wrong? And it will go wrong. If you get lost in the mist or a rival hunter puts you down, you lose everything you were carrying, with 2 exceptions. Whatever is secured in your keychain and in your pips pouch comes home with you regardless, so use those slots deliberately and put your genuinely valuable finds in there the moment you pick them up, rather than gambling the whole bag on a clean escape. And try not to tilt over a lost run. Everybody feeds the mist while they are learning. The gear is replaceable, and the lesson usually is not. And when you do make it out, the run is not quite over, because now you cash in. Everything you extracted across all the different types and rarities can be spent in a few ways. You can pour it into upgrading your camp facilities, which is the long-term investment that makes every future run easier. You can turn items into complete missions, or you can sell what you do not need at the shop or over at the auction house for currency. Sort your spoils, upgrade something, re-equip yourself properly, and only then queue up again. That short loop of extract, invest, and re-kit is the actual progression of this game. And that is everything you need for your first successful raid in Mistfall Hunter. If you found this useful, we have got more guides coming for this one, including that class breakdown, so subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss them. Now tell me down in the comments, how did your first extraction go? And which region are you grinding right now? Thank you all so much for watching. Good hunting out there, and I will see you in the next one.